For our viewers who have made money in the stock market, they've done well, is it time to take some money off the table, take some risk away, sell and stay in cash for just a little bit? Is this the time to do that? We've got Scott Martin back. Oh, the joys of live television.
Really back?
Yes. But Susan and George, thank you for bailing me out of that hotspot there.
Anytime.
All right, Scott Martin, question for you, and question on behalf of our viewers. Isn't this a pretty good time to take some money off the table, walk away? You've made a ton probably in the last couple of years. Take it off the table and sleep at night. What do you say?
You may sleep for a couple days, Stuart, but I'll tell you, when the market bounces back, you're not going to be very happy. And that's why you're asking the right questions. And being a wealth manager myself, you know, the answers are always a little different from everybody. And I don't mean to sound vague or sheepish, but the reality is, Stuart, you know, what do you need that money for? Yes. If you need the money in the next 6 months, it's probably wise to take some risk off the table. But if you have a year, 2, 3 years time horizon and maybe not so many taxable gains built in there, I wouldn't take this money off. In fact, I'd be rebalancing it into some of the things that are down, some of the things that we still like, say like Walmart, like Visa, like Amazon. These are all stocks that have proven cash flow. They have proven earnings growth. They have proven businesses. They're at levels that I feel that are getting defended here in the marketplace. So to me, it depends on your situation. But yes, if you need the money in the next 6 months or year, potentially you should be rebalancing to something more conservative. But if you've got a couple-year time horizon, I wouldn't worry too much.
All right, that's a good answer. That's a fair answer, Scott Martin. I'll give you that. President Trump wants to lower taxes for middle-income families. Let's roll that tape, please.
We're going to be putting in a 10% tax cut for middle-income families. It's going to be put in next week. 10% tax cut.
Now, earlier this morning, Larry Kudlow clarified the president's comments during an interview this morning on the Fox News channel. Roll that tape, please.
The last couple of years, President Trump, promises made, promises kept. And take him seriously when he comes out with these things. That has been his pattern for a long time. People should not underestimate that. We're working through the ways and means as you have to do in these things, okay? And it may not surface for a while, but that's his goal.
Okay. Promises made, promises kept. Scott, if we do get a 10% middle-income family tax cut, if we did get that, would that give us another leg up for the economy and another leg up for the market?
I believe it would. Now, how long it lasts, Stuart, is the question, because as you've noted all morning, you know, this is a market that's kind of looking at the glass half empty right now. So depending on what that does for the overall economy, I think the market's going to wait and see. Because to me, I mean, one of the things that's scaring me a little bit, to be honest, and I don't want to, you know, pour out the party punch here, but the housing market is weakening, and I don't know if that's a function of the interest rate picture as far as how it's been increasing and what we've seen from the Fed, or just the fact that housing prices in a lot of areas did recover back to, say, near 2007 levels and have to pull off. But the reality is some sort of middle tax cut help, I think, will help support some housing prices here, so that could actually do some wonders for the economy as far as some stability injection.
Okay, I want to know what you would buy at this point, and specifically amongst the big technology companies. I'm going to put them on the screen. All of them are down today. Do you see a buying opportunity in any of the big techs which are on the screen now? That's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft. Where would you buy?
We do very shortly, especially in Amazon, in our opinion. We got earnings coming out in a matter of weeks, and that'll be a good report. Microsoft, too, Stuart, one that I know you love. Still looks very good to us. Google and Facebook, I still like them. I would put them maybe lower on the list as far as those other two. And Apple, of course, too, is another one that we like. So my top 3 tech picks right now would be Amazon, Microsoft, and whatever one other is at Apple. Leave off Google and Google and the other one for now. But Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are the ones that are the top 3.
What was I saying about stability? Now we've dropped another few points, and we're off again. Now we're down 400 points as we speak. Real fast, Scott, you want people to buy gold? Tell me more.
Yeah, so look, when times like these occur and the market is going to do things that are just irrational, you guys have been talking about it all morning, and not that, gold is going to be the savior for many, many years here, but if you look at things in your portfolio that you need to have in there, which we have in there that have been, say, shock absorbers, not only have bonds been in there, because if you noticed, rates have come down quite a bit, so a lot of investors are running to bonds for safety, but gold is also providing that shock absorption. So if you're looking for a place to go for a little while, gold is a place to be. So GLD is an ETF that we own, which is providing some of that non-correlation value, meaning it's not acting like stocks, it's not acting like bonds, it's providing a little bit of return today. That's something you can buy to kind of hold on to for the next few days as this sell-off gets worked out.
All right, Scott, sterling work today. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. Got it. Yes, the market has taken another turn down for the worst. Now we're down 417, right at 24,900. That's where we are. We're down about 2,000 points from the high established early in October. A judge in California upheld a verdict against Bayer that found its weed killer Roundup responsible for a man's terminal cancer. The judge, though, reduced the damage award from $200 million. He cut it way down. Judge Napolitano is here. First and foremost, I don't think the court or the jury or whomsoever ever established a firm causal relationship between the weed killer and the cancer.
I can't tell you how upsetting these lines of cases are, which stand for the following proposition. If you are the member of an industry known to produce a product that causes cancer, and the plaintiff can show the plaintiff has cancer and used your product, you are liable even if the plaintiff cannot make a direct connection to your product. So there is no direct finding by the jury that Bayer itself was liable, just that the community of chemical makers was somehow liable.
That's pathetic.
Well, the best thing the judge can do here is what she actually did, which is to reduce the punitive damages substantially. Remember, there's two components of damage. Compensatory, how did the plaintiff suffer? And punitive, how are you going to punish the defendant?
There are still thousands of outstanding lawsuits alleging the connection. And Bayer still has to go up against them.
Do you know where this jurisprudence started?
What?
In New Jersey.
Oh, please.
In the years when I was on the bench, I've been condemning it and resisting it ever since. It's far too easy to prove the case and far too violative of due process, because you don't have to prove the direct involvement of the person you're suing.
You got it. I've got another one for you. Listen to this. A man was sentenced to 8 years in prison in Mississippi after being caught with marijuana that he had legally bought in Oregon for his knee pain. He brought it back to Mississippi, gets caught, and he's in clink for 8 years.
So
where's the justice?
It's an outrageous punishment. There should be no jail time for this whatsoever, although marijuana is unlawful for all purposes in Mississippi. It's not even lawful for medical marijuana purposes. Perhaps someday, I think you're going to report on this, the federal government will reclassify marijuana, and we won't have to worry about whether it's lawful in one state and not lawful in another.
I believe that is a proposal that's coming up. We shall see about that. Judge, thank you very much for being with us, sir. And your market advice was really stellar.
Pleasure. Anytime.
Good luck with the real estate. Got to get to the caravan. Yes, still heading.